Namaste friends. In the first part of this video that captures the debate between Adi Shankaracharya and Mandan Mishra, we had seen how Mandan Mishra had finally been awakened to the idea of Advaita and is willing to become the disciple of Shankaracharya. But at that very moment, his wife Ubhaya Bharti intervenes and says, I am the better half of Mandan Mishra's life. He cannot renounce it unless you answer my questions too. Will you debate me as well? Namaste. My name is Satish and I represent my team at DivineDwaraka, a platform for spiritual growth and development. If you like our work, please don't hesitate to subscribe, hit the like button and generously share our content amongst our near and dear ones. We would be thrilled to know your feedback as comments. Shankaracharya pondered over the situation. As a sannyasi, he was prohibited from engaging in interactions with women. How could he possibly debate with her? However, he then perceived that the woman before him might be an embodiment of Goddess Saraswati, the deity of knowledge herself. Her scholarly reputation even exceeded that of Mandan Mishra. After a moment of reflection, Shankaracharya addressed her, saying, O respected lady, O manifestation of Saraswati, it would be my privilege to engage in a debate with you. The debate between Ubhaya Bharti and Shankaracharya commenced. She posed questions on various philosophical schools such as Nyaya, Sankhya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa, Vedantam. Shankaracharya answers back to her queries brilliantly. And again, this debate goes on for another 15 days. On the 16th day of the debate, Ubhaya Bharti asks, Shankaracharya, I have one more question for you. You talked about experiencing divine happiness, where it is so wonderful that you are oblivious of everything around you. You don't notice anything around you, inside or outside. You said this divine happiness frees you from pain and suffering. Don't people feel the similar happiness and are oblivious of everything around them when they are engaged in the bliss of procreation? At that moment, doesn't their mind notice anything else either? So, why does divine happiness make you free and liberated while the bliss of procreation is not able to? Shankaracharya found himself at a loss. Having renounced the world at a young age, he had never experienced sensual pleasures or the joys of the worldly existence. The only bliss he had known was of divine experience immersed in God. Thus, he did not know the answer to Ubhaya Bharti's question, which compared the bliss of procreation to divine bliss. Because if Anubhava or experience itself was the basis of Shankaracharya's arguments, then rightly so, he hadn't experienced many a thing which a householder has experienced, without knowing which his arguments lacked strength. Many a thing that are associated with senses he hadn't known, like tasting a well-balanced meal, joy of owning possessions, happiness that one derives from children and family, and of course, the bliss of procreation. He requested, Can you grant me 30 days? I will return to answer your question. She agreed, saying, Yes, let's meet back here in 30 days. Shankaracharya departed with his disciples into the depths of forest where no one could find him. The day before, news had spread that the neighboring king had passed away, and his body remained uncremated. Shankaracharya sat down in the dense part of his forest. He assumed a meditative posture, closed his eyes. Using his yogic abilities, he transferred his life force into that dead king's body and rejuvenated him. The king's family, ministers and friends who had been mourning his passing witnessed the body all of a sudden filled with vitality. Now, Shankara as the king assumed the role of a householder, fulfilling the duties and enjoying the pleasures that came with it. He accomplished many achievements in the 29 days of his life experience of the king. From food to ruling his subjects, to acquiring possessions and kingdoms, and to the bliss of procreation, he experienced it all. And finally, on the 29th day, he returned back to his own body, which was still guarded by his disciples in the forest. He went up to Ubhaya Bharti on the next day and resumed the debate. She asked, "Respected sir, do you have an answer to my question?" Shankara replied, "Yes, I do. Pleasure and pain are inherent in life. We seek sensory pleasures, be it feasting, acquiring possessions, or the joy of procreation, to momentarily escape pain. But ultimately, the pain remains unchanged. These pleasures are temporary and reliant on external factors. They are subject to duality, and pleasure often leads to pain. In contrast, the divine bliss and the joy that you obtain is infinitely greater. Sensual pleasures cannot grant liberation because they are fleeting and external. Divine bliss, however, is self-sustaining." He supported his argument with a verse from the Gita in which Krishna says, "Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanyevatmana tushta sthita pragyas taduchyate," which means, when one discards all selfish desires. Kaman means selfish desires. Prajahati means to discard. So, when one discards all selfish desires and cravings of the senses that torment the mind and becomes satisfied in this realization of the self, he finds contentment in itself. Atmanyevatmana tushta, the soul finds contentment in itself. That moment of divine bliss is unlike any other. It is not temporary, not limited, or dependent on external factors. Instead, it is eternal, ever new and infinite. This sets it apart from the fleeting pleasures of procreation or any other sensual experience that the world has to offer. Ubhaya Bharti had one final question. She asked, "If everyone chooses the path of renunciation, who will continue the cycle of life? Who will create the bodies through which we can fulfill our karmic duties? Won't the world come to an end?" Shankaracharya assured her, "No, the world won't come to an end. Renunciation is not meant for everyone. Only a few are destined for it. Most people are meant to be householders. I urge you to be like a lotus leaf, which remains unaffected by rain. Let life's experience, both pleasure and pain, wash over you, but you remain undisturbed by them." He continued, "Be like the wind, which carries both foul odor and sweet fragrances, but remains untouched by them. Embrace life's experiences while maintaining this inner detachment. This inner renunciation is the key to liberation. Some may choose the path of renunciation, while others may continue as householders, and thus the world will continue." Ubhaya Bharti and Mandan Mishra, realizing the wisdom in Shankaracharya's words, bowed at his feet and accepted his blessings. They both became renunciants. Mandan Mishra, who later on was known as Sureshwaracharya, became the first Pidadipati or Guru of Shankaracharya's monastery in Sringeri, establishing a legacy that endures till this day. Shankaracharya recognized Ubhaya Bharti as an incarnation of Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and arts, so he installed Saraswati as the presiding deity of the monastery. Thus concluded the longest and the most profound debate that comes with a significant message for the whole of mankind. Hope all of you enjoyed watching and listening to the same, and I was able to convey it with its essence. Do let us know through your comments in the comment box below. To subscribe to our channel, like and share the videos with your near and dear ones. Until we meet next, Shubham Bhavatu.